It is not only us as UX designers who need to be adaptive, but also our solutions need to adapt to their environment and the context they are used in. I'm your host Chris, and this is the UX Global's podcast. In our job as a UX designer, we have to be very adaptive. Every user participating in user tests is different. Therefore, we have to deal with a lot of different characters, which is fantastic and requires significant flexibility from our side. If a user is more critical, we need to focus on that and push him or her to tell us as many issues with our solution as possible. On the other hand, if our test participant does not criticize anything, we need to encourage him or her to tell us more things we could improve. Furthermore, some participants like talking a lot and want to tell us as many details as possible, which is excellent in most cases. Still, we also need to consider time and have to complete the test. So sometimes we need to bring them back to the actual test and have to prevent them from leaving the topic. I had a user test participant once who reviewed a car HMI that I created. During the user test, he told me about his honorary job as an ambulance man. It is interesting, of course, but in this case it was not relevant, so it was my responsibility as the study investigator to bring the topic back to the user test. But it can also happen that users do not say a single word during tests. Then it is our responsibility as UX designers to either encourage them to talk more or to ask them after the test why they have not spoken to the personal assistant, for example. In the end, I believe it is quite evident that every UX designer has to adapt to the people he or she is working with during the analysis, prototyping, design, implementation, or evaluation phase. But it is equally as important that our solutions also adapt to the users and the context they get used in. A straightforward example is the language our users speak. If an application is only available in German, but most users only speak English, the app needs to be able to adapt to the user's needs and has to be available in English. Another sample is a website that needs to adapt to different device sizes. We all know those websites that are unusable on a mobile device, as they are only designed and developed for a desktop computer. What will most of us do immediately? Leave the website. So therefore, all websites need to adapt to the user's wishes. Also, the environment plays a significant role for the usability of a solution. If the users, for example, have to wear specific clothing like doctors while surgery, the display requirements are different than those for a smartphone, which is meant for daily usage. The most important aspect of adaptiveness and user experience I want to stress is that only we as UX designers and our solutions have to adapt. A user never, under no circumstances, has to change his or her ideas and beliefs to use a solution. If that is the case, that project has lost already. Join the UX Global's community on Facebook and remember to always keep pushing. Have a good one.